So we'll start today by sitting in a nice comfortable seat. Be sure to pull the flesh away from your sit bones so that you're starting with a stable foundation. Draw the navel in towards your spine. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the sky. And then bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. Remember, we can imagine those shoulder blades going into our back pockets. Place the hands on the thighs, palms up, and close your eyes. Begin to become aware of your breath and allow that breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to bring that breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. And with each inhale, allow that spine to lengthen. And as you exhale, you'll keep the length in the spine and just begin to allow the body to soften. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, let those knees gravitate towards the earth. Oops. As you sit and breathe, I'm going to read a poem from Dana Faulds, and you can see from my book Falling Apart that I really love this book. It's gotten a lot of use. So this is called Circle of Breath. Inhale and let go, over and over. The circle of breath brings me into this moment. The even flow of air, the act of taking in and giving back. Breathing draws me inside the radiant reality of now. I can't breathe deeply and be fearful. Breathe freely and be anywhere but here. The whole of me embodied in these waves of breath. So here, Dana Faulds reminds us that through the breath, we can access the present moment. And sometimes we forget that. As many times as we hear it, we forget it. But hopefully, through practice, we can start to remember so that when we are having those times of stress or anxiety, we can use that breath to bring ourselves back to this moment. And right now, this moment is pretty good, taking a yoga class. So we don't need to be concerned or overwhelmed, I should say, by the goings on around us. Because right here, right now, we're in a yoga class. And we should allow ourselves to be fully present in this moment. Let's bring the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the third exhale, share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. And for the third time together, inhale. Om. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open your eyes, looking forward. We'll start today with our arms by our sides. As you inhale, arms come up overhead. And as you exhale, arms come back down by your sides. So you're moving with your breath. So if you're going at a different pace than I am, that's perfectly fine. The next time those arms come up overhead, allow the palms to come together to touch. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Place your left hand by your side. As you inhale, lengthen the spine as the right fingertips reach towards the sky. As you exhale, begin to tip to the left. You can walk the fingertips out or bend your elbow, whatever helps you. Slowly bring yourself back up, placing the right fingertips by your side. On the inhale, the spine lengthens. Fingertips reach towards the sky. Exhale, tip to the right. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place that left hand behind the left hip. Right hand comes to the top of the left knee. Press down through your sit bones. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, begin to twist to the left. The twist starts in the belly and then moves up. The last thing to turn is the head. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, come back to center, starting with the head and working your way back down to the belly. Take the hands to the outside of that right knee and bow. Slowly come back up, placing the right hand behind that right hip. Left hand comes to the top of the right knee. Root down through your sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, begin to twist to the right. Root down through your sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly come back to center, placing both hands to the outside of that left thigh. Take a bow. Slowly bring yourself up and place the hands on the thighs. On the inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips as you're reaching as far as you can. So we're lengthening here. Bring your hands down to the mat when you feel like your back wants to start rounding. Then as you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe you can hinge a little further. Be mindful of that low back. Sometimes these seated forward bends can be a little too much. So we want to be gentle as we move into it. Start to walk the hands back towards the body. You'll switch the cross of the legs here. Readjust the sit bones. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lengthen as you hinge. Bring the hands down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Walk those hands back towards the body, and we're going to come to all fours, hands and knees. Take your time getting there. Once you get there, remember that the knees are just hip width apart. They're slightly behind the hips. Hands are shoulder width apart, and they are slightly forward of your shoulders. So the tops of the feet are flat on the mat. Your fingers are spread wide, and you're pressing down through the fingers and the perimeter of your palms. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, shift those hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to extended child's pose. As you inhale, come up all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale up all fours. So when you go back to child's pose, I want you to imagine the sit bones going straight back to that wall behind you. So we're trying to get those sit bones to go back as far as we can. And then inhale back up. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale all fours. One more time here. So this next time you shift back to child's pose, you can rest. You can lower those elbows to the mat or cross the forearms in front of you, whatever feels restful to you. On the next inhale, come back up, all fours, hands and knees. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to round the spine towards the sky. On the inhale, the bottom and the head reach towards the sky as the belly is drawn to the floor. Exhale, we round the spine, coming to our cat. Inhale to cow. So from here, come to a neutral neck, neutral spine. I just had a little message pop up. I want to make sure everything's okay. Okay. You know, Adobe Flash Player just wanted to announce that, I don't know, I think they're going offline. Thanks for that. So, we're on all fours. Curl those toes under. So I want you to come to your cow pose. So the bottom is reaching towards the sky. And we're going to shift back to downward facing dog from here. So those sit bones start to reach towards the space behind you. Lift the knees and press back to downward facing dog. You can have bent knees here, it's perfectly fine. We want those sit bones to reach to where the wall meets the ceiling behind us. You can gently bicycle those feet. And then lower both heels towards the mat. Start to bend the knees, going back to go back down into child's pose. On the inhale, come up all fours. So again, we'll do that. We'll curl our toes under from cow pose. Start to shift those hips back. The knees lift, and we press back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Begin to walk your feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Relax the head and neck here. You can bend those knees if you'd like. Bring your hands to your hips. Press down through the feet, coming up to Tadasana, mountain pose. On the inhale, arms sweep up. On the exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Again, you can bend those knees if that helps to touch the ground. Relax the head and neck here. Place the hands to the hips. Press down through those feet to come up. We'll do that again. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lengthen as you hinge. Fingertips come to the ground. Relax the head and neck. Place the hands on the hips. Press down through those feet to come up. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge, folding forward. On the inhale, bring yourself up halfway. And as you exhale, fold. Hands come to the hips. Press down through the feet. Bring yourself up. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lengthen as you hinge, folding forward. On the inhale, bring yourself up halfway. On the exhale, fold. This time, your arms will start to lift first. Once they're in line with those ears, use the core to bring yourself up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lengthen as you hinge from the hips, folding forward. Bring yourself up halfway. Exhale, fold. Press down through those feet. Arms start to lift. Once the arms are aligned with those ears, use the core, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come together at the heart. From here, take a step back with your right foot. All of the toes should face forward. So you don't have to take your foot back as far as a warrior pose. Bring it up just a little bit from there, and all of our toes point towards the front of the room. On the inhale, arms sweep up. As you exhale, lengthen as you hinge from the hips and fold over the left leg. Press down through the feet. Bring yourself back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lengthen as you hinge from the hips, folding over that left leg. Press down through the feet, unhinge, using your strength to bring yourself up. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Bring the arms by your sides. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lengthen as you hinge over the left leg. This time, we're going to hold this fold. So relax the head and neck here. Press down through the feet, extend the arms. Use your strength, bring yourself all the way up. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Step the right foot forward, coming back to Tadasana with the hands at the heart. This time, we'll step back with our left foot. So we're stepping that foot straight back so all of the toes point straight ahead. On the inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from those hips, folding forward over that right leg. press down through the feet. Unhinge, coming back up. As you exhale, hands come together at your heart. Arms come by your sides. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge over that right leg. Fingertips come to the ground. Then press down through the feet. Inhale, unhinge. Hands come together at the heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. This time, we'll hold the fold. Relax the head and neck here. Watch that breath flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Press down through those feet. The arms start to lift. Use the strength. Bring yourself all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Step forward with that left foot. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Relax the head and neck here. So what I want you to do is bend your knees so that your chest is resting on your thighs. Arms start to sweep up, and you can pull the chest away from the thighs here, coming to Uttanasana, chair pose. So we want our toes to be visible past the knees here. Exhale, hinge, bringing the chest back down to the thighs. Fingertips to the ground. Once again, inhale, bring yourself to Uttanasana, chair pose. And we'll press down through the feet, bringing ourselves all the way up. As you exhale, hands come together at the heart. Go ahead and close your eyes. Come back to the balanced breath if it's gotten away from you. Back to this moment. Take the feet wide so the outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outer edges of your mat. Bring your arms by your sides. As you inhale, the arms sweep up. On the exhale, begin to lengthen as you hinge forward, bringing the fingertips down to the ground. Again, you can bend your knees here if that makes it more accessible to you. Place your hands on your hips. Press down through the feet to bring yourself up. Arms come by your sides. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Hands come to the hips, press down through the feet, and come back up to your wide-legged stance. Come up on the heel of the left foot, toes turn in slightly. Come up on the heel of the right foot, toes turn out 90 degrees. Arms come parallel to the mat. Gaze out over those right fingertips. Take a breath in and let the right knee bend, making sure it doesn't go past the ankle here. For Warrior Two, Veerabhadrasana Two. Focus on the breath. As you inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, lower the arms, feet come back to parallel. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lengthen as you hinge, folding forward. Place the hands to the hips. Press down through the feet to bring yourself up. Come up on the heel of that right foot. Toes turn in slightly. Come up on the heel of the left foot. Toes turn out 90 degrees. Arms come parallel to the mat. Gaze out over the left fingertips. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bend the left knee. Make sure the knee is tracking towards the pinky toe and not the big toe. As you inhale, straighten the left knee. Exhale, lower the arms. Feet come back to parallel. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands to the hips, press down through the feet to come up. So we'll turn our toes on both feet out so that they're pointing to these top corners of the mat. Place your hands on your hips. Draw the navel in. Tuck the tailbone slightly. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to bend your knees. So you're imagining that you're sliding that back down a wall, coming down to a level that's comfortable for you. Focus on your breath. You can imagine drawing the legs together here. Press down through the feet to come up. Bring the feet back to parallel, and then we'll come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Standing at the top of the mat. On the inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. From here, we're going to step back to plank, but you can lower the knees. Inner elbows, look at the space in front of you. So you're going to start to bend those elbows towards the space behind you as you lower the chest and the chin towards the mat. Isometrically draw the hands back, which will cause the chest to sweep through the arms. Uncurl the toes, rise to cobra pose. From here, we're going to press back to child's pose. And then as you inhale, bring yourself back up to the knee down plank. So knee down plank is not all fours. You're shifting that body forward until you feel the core engage. Hug those elbows in. Begin to bend them towards the space behind you as you lower the chest and the chin towards your mat. Isometrically drag those hands back, sweeping the chest through the arms, rising to cobra pose. Shift back to child's pose. Bring yourself back up to that knee down plank. Inner elbows, look at the space in front of you. Start to bend the elbows, lowering your chest and your chin. Sweep the chest through the arms once more, rising to cobra pose. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. And then we'll shift back to child's pose once again. Arms extended out nice and long. So I want you to press down through the fingers and the perimeter of the palm of that right hand, elbow up off of the mat. Place the left hand in the left hip crease. Rooting down through that right hand, begin to twist to the left. Slowly come back to center. Extend the left arm out long to meet the right. Place the right hand in the right hip crease. So we're pressing down through the left fingertip or the fingers and the perimeter of the left palm. And then begin to twist to the right. Come back to center, extend that right arm long to meet the left. Roll over onto your back and hug the knees into the chest. So I see we have a couple of people joining. I'm so sorry about the late links today. Thank you so much for joining. Little discombobulated this week, I guess. So roll over onto your back and hug those knees into your chest, coming to Apanasana. You can rock gently from side to side here. Place the soles of the feet on your mat. Bring your arms by your sides, the palms face the floor. Draw the pelvic floor up and the navel in. And if you look at my pelvis, when I do that, you can see that it brings my pelvis to neutral. Engage both glutes. Press down through the feet to bring yourself up. Set to Bandha, bridge pose. Start to lower the hips towards the mat. So remember, pelvic floor up, navel in, bringing that pelvis to neutral. Engage the glutes. Press down through the feet, coming up to bridge pose. And then as you exhale, lower the hips. Let's do that again. Make sure you're bringing the pelvis to neutral, engaging the glutes. Lift the hips. Exhale, lower. So we'll do it once more. This time we're going to hold the pose. So you'll bring yourself up and hold it. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Inhale and exhale are equal. If the mind is wandering, bring it back to the breath. Slowly lower the hips back down to the mat and hug the knees into the chest, coming to Apanasana. Keep those knees hugged in. Bring your arms out like a T, palms face the sky. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to tip the legs over to the left. So you're twisting to your left. Just breathe here. Start to draw those knees back up. On the next exhale, we're going to twist the other way. I'm super close to my wall here, so we'll see if I have enough room. So you'll take a breath in. As you exhale, tip the legs over to the right. And let the legs relax. You don't need to hold the feet up in the air or anything like that. And just breathe. Start to draw the knees back up. Lower the feet to the ground. So the arms are out like a T. Draw the knees into the chest and then press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Rotate the ankles. And then reverse the direction of that ankle rotation. So let the legs become still, the ankles become still. And we're just laying here with the legs up in the air. And you can have a bend in the knee here if that feels better for you. Start to bend your knees, lowering the soles of the feet to the mat. Draw the knees into the chest once more. Right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee. As you inhale, knees pull away from your chest as your arms straighten. On the exhale, draw the knees in. Inhale, knees pull away from the chest. Exhale, draw the knees in. So one of the clues about when to inhale and when to exhale. So in this pose, notice that when we inhale, knees pull away from our chest, which gives our chest and belly room to expand. So we're inhaling. And then as you exhale, you're drawing those knees in and we're squeezing that air out. Inhale, knees pull away. Exhale, draw them back in. Draw the knees in once more. And then place the soles of the feet on your mat. Allow the soles of the feet to come together as your knees open up out to the sides for Supta Batakonasana, supine bound angle pose. Take your index fingers, link them together, and then bring those arms up overhead on the floor. So we're making a figure 8. Start to draw the knees back up. Release the index fingers. Draw the knees into the chest. Place the soles of the feet back on the mat, and we're going to start to transition into Shavasana. If there's anything that you need today to be comfortable, please take the time to grab it. You have plenty of time. It is freezing where I am, so I'm definitely going to get my socks and my sweatshirt, because I always say you want to set yourself up for greatness in Shavasana, and it's kind of like you want to set yourself up for relaxation. You deserve it. That's what it's for. We live in such a high stress, high anxiety environment, and we really do need to find ways to find balance. And yoga and Shavasana are such a great way to help to find balance in your life. It's taking me a little while. By the way, this shirt I have to show you. My brother-in-law gave it to me for Christmas, Rose Apothecary. One of my favorites. So get comfortable. When you're ready, you'll go ahead and lay down on your back. Now, sometimes it's very uncomfortable for people to lay down straight or flat on their back, so you can by all means modify Shavasana to find a more comfortable position if you need to. Legs are extended out nice and long, and arms are by your sides, palms face the sky. The arms are a few inches away from the body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just let it all go. Allow your body to just sink into the supportive floor beneath you. Relax your jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth, and let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the eyes rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Allow the natural breath to take over. Rest in Shavasana. slowly start to deepen the breath, becoming aware of the room once again and becoming aware of your body. You can start to make subtle movements that feel good, like wiggling your fingers and toes. You can rotate through the wrists and the ankles and turn that head gently from side to side. And then stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up. Nice full body stretch. And then roll to the right side in the fetal position. And we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping the eyes closed if you'd like, you can use the arms to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Hi, Clementine. And once you get there, you can bring your hands together at your heart in Anjali Mudra. You're late today, Clementine. I know. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for tuning into the breath and using that breath to help pull you out of all of the craziness that goes on around us and bringing you to the present moment. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease and well-being. Namaste. Thank you so much.